All right. China, China, China. China, China, China. I'm so fucking tired. I'd be pretty happy if I winked at me too. Like if I was out in public and I winked at me, like I saw me, but I wasn't me, you know? They winked at me, lock eyes as men, and you just know. All right, let's get this over with, huh? Gotta do this quick. I don't got time. No rest for the wicked. All right, we're in there like swimwear, baby. Posture at the end of the day is impossible. This thing got pockets. I gotta cut the pockets still. These cheap suits, these cheap Amazon suits. I mean, these expensive suits, handcrafted in the Amazon.com. You guys are lucky I'm doing this, honestly. I got this 100% cotton suit and a 100% vinyl shirt. Suit shrunk. Look at these sleeves. Look at that. All right, welcome back, you degenerates. Let's see what we got here. Welcome back to the Eagle's Edge. Showgun here, your host with the most. Don't say that. Cut that out for me, please. Tearing through the lies, the spin, soy soap garbage the elites throw at you in the headlines. Wow, I wasn't recording for the last half hour, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna do news. This is terrible. I need production. I need a crew. All right, here we go. Cool. Awesome. None of that just happened. None of that just happened. First off, let's set the scene. Picture this. Shanghai, Shenzhen. These gleaming towers of glass and steel, right? The commie utopia where they've been flexing their economic muscles for decades. Making your iPhones, your Walmart crap, your TikTok brain rot apps. But now it's a ghost town with a pulse. The CSI 300, China's big boy index, has been sliding since 2021. Down what, 45% from its peak? Trillions wiped out. And then bam, last week, it all comes crashing down. It's like someone hit the kill switch. Why? I'll tell you why. It might make your blood boil, or it might make you laugh depending on how twisted you are. This ain't just numbers on a screen, folks. It's war. Economic war. And China's losing bad. And guess who's holding the flamethrower? Uncle Sam, baby. Yeah, you heard me. Trump back in the White House. It's 2025 and he's swinging tariffs like a Viking with a battle axe. 25% on Canada, Mexico, and now 34% on China. Retaliatory, reciprocal, whatever fancy word you want to use. He calls it Liberation Day, April 2nd. And the markets heard him loud and clear. China's like, oh, you wanna pray, huh? Fine, here, 34% back at you starting April 10th. Tit for tat, escalation, chaos. And who gets caught in the crossfire? The little guy, those small cap firms in the CSI 1000. The ones that can't dodge the bullets. 10% daily limit, hit. Trading frozen, investors jumping out windows, or at least they would if the CCP didn't block the exits. But let's not kid ourselves, this ain't just Trump's fault. China's been building this house of cards for years, and now the wind's blowing. You want to talk root causes? Let's go deep, real deep, real deep into the rotting core of this commie clown show. Number 1, the real estate bubble. Evergrande, remember these clowns? Defaulted back in 2021, kicking off a domino effect. Country Garden, Vanke, all these developers, poof, insolvent. Millions of empty apartments ghost cities, prices crashing faster than a drunk guy on a skateboard. The property sector is like 30% of their GDP, right? And it's a dumpster fire. Beijing's too scared to let it burn out naturally. Too many jobs, too much debt. So they prop it up with half-baked stimuli. Trillion yuan bond issuances, mortgage rate cuts. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a severed artery. And the people? The regular Chinese schlubs? They're tapped out. COVID killed their spirit, locked them in their shoebox apartments for years. Savings gone, jobs shaky, consumer demand dead. Deflation's kicking in, prices dropping, businesses choking. Foreign investors saw the writing on the walls and bailed. $7 trillion gone since 2021. That's trillion with a T, folks. Wall Street's like, nah, we're good. Enjoy your commie meltdown. And now Trump's tariffs are the cherry on top. Who knew? Who knew this was going on? 30% of their GDP right when they can't afford it. But here's the kicker. The CCP's own stupidity. These geniuses thought they could control everything. Markets, people, the narrative. I wish we could control the narrative like they have. They've been juicing the markets with state funds, right? Central investment buying ETFs, pushing the share buybacks, cutting trade costs. Sounds like a plan, huh? Except it's a junkie's fix. Short-term buzz, long-term crash. They banned big shareholders from selling last November. Literally locked them in like rats on a sinking ship. And when the tariffs hit, that ship started taking on water fast. The China Securities Regulatory Commission, bunch of suits with no spine, tried to revive the market with more rules, more meddling. Result? Panic. Investors don't trust a system where the refs rigging the game. And don't get me started on the tech crackdown. Alibaba, Tencent, all those golden geese. Beijing smashed them with regulations a few years back, scared off foreign cash, killed innovation. Now they're trying to pivot to pro-tech as of 2025, tossing out AI tools like DeepSeek to flex on America. Too late, losers! The damage is done. Tech's bleeding, manufacturing's wheezing, and the world's moving on. Japan, India, even freaking Vietnam. They're eating China's lunch while Xi Jinping's posing for propaganda pics. So what's the vibe on the ground? It's fucking chaos. I'm seeing so many posts on X. Yeah, I'm plugged into that real shit, not your CNN slop. And people are losing their minds. This guy's like, if the PLA invades Taiwan and the US jumps in, the CCP is gonna seize $1 trillion of American investments in China. Another saying, small firms are toast, tariffs hit them hardest. It's a massacre. That is the sentiment. Fear, anger, desperation. Let's see what else. They're right to freak out. This crash isn't just a blip, guys. It's a reckoning. All right, let's break it down real simple for you normies at home. China's economy is like a three-legged stool, okay? Exports, real estate, state control, all right? Trump's tariffs kicked out the export leg of the stool. Bam! 34% of their exports. US companies pulling out, demand drying up. We want this. This is a win. Real estate's already a corpse. Evergrande's the headstone. And the state control, part of the three-legged stool, Xi's iron fist can't hold up a crumbling mess, okay? The stool's down and the market's flat on its face. Over 2,000 firms hit that 10% drop limit last week. Max Payne trade halted. CSI 1000 futures down 10%. It's a fire sale and nobody's buying. Now let's get edgy, real edgy. Might cut that. And who's laughing right now? They say America's laughing. I kind of think America's laughing. Like, I think everybody but me's laughing, for once. I feel like the left should be fairly pleased over this, as scared as they might be. And the right, obviously. All these magatards think that Trump's playing 4D chess, and I just refuse to believe that. I just think it's some pretty solid America first moves. This stuff is baseline, guys. This is what should always be. I'll give it to Trump. He's made me happy for the first time in his 2 terms. He's not playing 5D chess, but he's playing chess while Xi's playing checkers. I'll give it to him. Tariffs aren't just a tax, it's a middle finger to the CCP. You want to rip us off for decades? Fine. Enjoy this fucking squeeze. And China's retaliating. 34% on US foreign goods. Chicken, soybeans, pork. And as much as we Americans love us some pork, that's not gonna hurt us, it's gonna hurt them. Bleh. We've got options. They don't. Their whole system's built on selling cheap crap to the West. And now the West is like, no, we good. But here's the dark twist. China might just not roll over. You think Xi is gonna sit there and watch his empire crumble? You need to study up on the history of China and just how willing they are to sacrifice themselves. No, he's a cornered animal. Taiwan's just sitting there, juicy, ripe for the taking. He might just say, fuck it, let's invade, rally the people, blame the West. And if the US steps in, that's World War III vibes all over. Markets tank globally. Supply chains collapse, and your Amazon packages stop showing up. Wait, what? That's the edge we're on, folks. Economic crash today, geopolitical hell tomorrow. And the average Chinese dude, screwed. Savings and stocks, gone. House they bought in some ghost city, worthless, worthless, worthless. Job at a small firm, layoffs coming. They've got no safety net. The CCP doesn't do handouts unless it's propaganda cash. Meanwhile, the elites in Beijing, they're fine. Private jets, offshore bank accounts, kids studying right here in the US. They don't feel this. It's the little guy eating the dirt, same as always. Let's talk winners and losers. Losers? China's middle class, foreign investors who didn't bail, small firms crushed by tariffs and debt. And who are the winners? American manufacturers. Maybe, if Trump's protectionism actually works, Japan, India, anyone who's picking up China's slack. And me, Showgun. And I get to sit here and talk about it while you degenerates eat it up. But real talk, guys, why'd it crash now? Remember, timing is everything. Trump's Liberation Day lit the fuse, sure, but China was a powder keg waiting to blow. Years of debt. Local governments owe $13 trillion. You believe that? Deflation choking growth. Exports shrinking. And a leadership too proud to admit they're screwed. They thought more stimulus, $800 billion from the central bank in March, would save them. Nope. Investors saw through the smoke and mirrors. When the tariffs hit, it was game over. Panic selling, margin calls, total collapse. And the world's watching. Wall Street's down too. S&P 500 lost 10% in 2 days after Liberation Day. Nasdaq's in bear terror. Why? Because China's crash ripples. Global trade is a web, and there are big fat spiders stuck in it. Oil prices dropped 7%, lowest since 21, because demand's tanking, everyone's spooked. But China's the epicenter, the ground zero of this mess. So what's next? More pain? China's yuan sliding, weakest in 16 months last I checked. Their 3.3 trillion in FX reserves might slow the bleed, but it won't stop it. Beijing scrambling, more state buying, short selling bans, yuan injections in Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Desperate moves. Xi might double down on control. Crackdowns, censorship, maybe a Taiwan gambit, or they negotiate with Trump, beg for a deal. Either way, the market's toast for now. For you at home, watch this. It's not just China's problem. Your 401k, your job, your grocery bill. It's all tied in. Global recession's knocking, and this crash is the doorbell. Stay sharp, stay pissed, and don't trust the suits telling you it's all fine, cause it ain't. Well, that's it for tonight, underdogs. This has been the Eagle's Edge, brought to you by Founding America, hosted by yours truly, the Showgun. China's stock market's a corpse, and we just did the autopsy. Next week, we'll see who's picking the bones. Stay feral, stay free. Who writes this? Showgun out!